Welcome back, Master Series followers. Today's episode is different. We're not just covering a high-yield emergency medicine topic. We're also paying tribute to a Hollywood legend, Gene Hackman. Now imagine this, a silent odorless gas, carbon monoxide, creeps into his home. No smell, no taste, no warning, and before anyone realizes what's happening, it's too late. This episode is a tribute, a case study, and a lesson in saving lives. Let's begin. It was a cold winter night. Gene Hackman, at 94 years old, was found unresponsive in his Florida home. No signs of trauma, no forced entry, no drugs. His wife had left earlier that day. When she returned, she found him slumped over in his chair, unconscious. The paramedics arrived, but despite their efforts, it was too late. Toxicology reports confirmed the cause: severe carbon monoxide poisoning, a faulty heating system, his unseen killer. Carbon monoxide claims hundreds of lives every year. Many are misdiagnosed. Many are preventable. If it could happen to Gene Hackman, it could happen to anyone. What is carbon monoxide poisoning? Carbon monoxide, or CO, is a colorless, odorless gas. It's produced by incomplete combustion. Common sources include faulty heating systems, car engines in enclosed spaces, generators running indoors, smoke from house fires. Once inhaled, binds to hemoglobin with an affinity over 200 times stronger than oxygen. This creates carboxyhemoglobin, which prevents oxygen from binding to hemoglobin, shifts the oxygen-hemoglobin dissociation curve, making it harder for tissues to extract oxygen. The result? Brain damage, myocardial injury, coma, death. What are the symptoms? Mild to moderate poisoning, headache, the most common early symptom, dizziness, nausea, confusion, severe poisoning, seizures, syncope, coma, arrhythmias, myocardial infarction. You may have heard about cherry red lips or skin, but here's the truth, it's rare. Do not rely on it. Why is this hard to diagnose? Because pulse oximetry can appear normal. A patient with severe CO poisoning can have an oxygen saturation of 98% on standard pulse oximetry. But at the cellular level, their tissues are starving for oxygen. The gold standard for diagnosis: arterial blood gas with carboxyhemoglobin level. More than 3% in non-smokers, more than 10% in smokers. And don't forget to check ECG and cardiac enzymes, because CO can cause myocardial ischemia. How could Gene Hackman have been saved? Step 1. 100% oxygen via a non-rebreather mask. This reduces CO's half-life from 5 hours to just 1 to 2 hours. It forces oxygen to outcompete CO at hemoglobin binding sites. Step 2. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy reserved for severe cases, neurologic dysfunction, cardiac ischemia, or pregnant patients. Step 3. Monitoring and supportive care. Watch for delayed neuropsychiatric syndrome, memory loss, personality changes, cognitive decline. Gene Hackman didn't get the chance. But for future patients, this protocol saves lives. Why the wrong answers are wrong? On the exam, you might see these incorrect choices. 50% dextrose with thiamine. No, that's for hypoglycemia or Wernicke encephalopathy. Not relevant here. Intravenous lorazepam. No, this is for status epilepticus. The problem here is hypoxia, not seizures. Intravenous naloxone? No, this is for opioid overdose. But CO poisoning doesn't cause respiratory depression. It causes tissue hypoxia. Intravenous phenytoin? No. Seizures in CO poisoning resolve with oxygen therapy. The only right answer: 100% oxygen via face mask. Gene Hackman's legacy. Gene Hackman was a legend. From The French Connection to Unforgiven, he played characters who were tough, flawed, and unforgettable. But in this alternate story, his life was cut short by something preventable. Let's take something from this. CO poisoning is easily missed. Symptoms mimic common illnesses. Pulse oximetry is misleading. Diagnosis requires an ABG with carboxyhemoglobin levels. Treatment is oxygen, and in severe cases, hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Final thoughts. In real life, Gene Hackman is alive and well, but thousands of people die every year from CO poisoning. Check your heating systems, install CO detectors, and always suspect CO poisoning in patients with unexplained confusion or flu-like symptoms. That's it for today's episode of Master USMLE. If this helped you, subscribe, share, and study smart. See you next time.